The pilot episode. Here we go again with your three friends, Drew, Neil, and Perk. We got your favorite movies and shows. It's three guys nobody knows. The pilot episode.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the pilot episode, and we are reviewing our normal Tuesday of Landman, episode 9, which means we have one to go. Perk, what did you think about this week's episode?
I feel like a Redditor this week. I was not very happy with this week's episode. I have a lot of notes on this week's episode that I will get to throughout the show, but I was not crazy about the episode.
Is one of your negatives, does it have anything to do with the dropping Ansley off at cheerleading camp for a week? Did that seem like an extreme overreaction? Or maybe even a little overacting on how dramatic that was?
Dude, yes. The first thing I wrote down on the episode was Angela freaking out on him as he left for the day when he was very obviously very, very busy that day. Yeah. And she was just going to a freaking cheer camp.
Yeah.
That is the first time that she has legitimately gotten on my nerves to the point of being like, okay, why are you like this? It's the first time I felt like one of these people on the Reddit complaining about Angela and Ainsley.
I will give you the whole cheerleading camp was about 10 minutes too long. It could have been a cute little funny scene, and I'm even fine with her getting a little emotional about it because that is a little dramatic. But okay, whatever. If she was really going off to college, I'll give you the mother crying. That's pretty common. That happens.
It was just a way too long of a chunk of this episode.
Exactly.
When I feel like that should have been something that happened. Like, we set up her going to college in episode 1 of the daggum season. This should have been happening in episode 4, not in episode 9. And like, what are we doing?
To that point, why do we have to have it? By the way, I'm sick, guys, so I will be just sparingly butting in here.
Yeah, we're not ignoring him. He's just not as talkative today.
Yeah. I don't feel like we had to get that part anyways. Like, why do we have to get a cheerleading camp part? Why not just wait until she's actually going off to college?
Until she's in college, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit too much filler food. Again, not getting to the meat of it. But I do want to say before we go any further, anybody that hasn't watched this episode 9 of Landman yet, I would pause this review of ours, watch it, and then come back for what I'm about to say. Angela was not the biggest bitch in this episode, Perk. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Fucking Cammy fired Tommy.
Jeez.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just talk about the elephant in the room and get to it.
Yeah, I can see the writing on the wall. I know what's going to happen. I know that it's all not going to happen next week, so I don't know what next week is going to look like. But I'm thinking, I have a theory that Shannon did not like my theory because my theory involves the death of one of her favorite characters. I think this oil rig fails to the point to where it explodes and we have some catastrophic stuff happen. Cammy loses the company. Galeno takes over, hires Tommy back. I think that's where we're going. And I think Charlie's going to die on this oil rig. And I think Rebecca's pregnant.
I like part of that. I actually kind of agree with you. It makes a lot of sense with like Galeno possibly hiring Tommy back, because if you keep in mind, he's got royalties on this whole deal, and keep in mind he does own her company basically if something goes wrong. He knows Tommy knows his shit, so I could see that taking place. Not necessarily the way you brought it, which is possible, but I could see Galeno getting it back.
I like how Perk gave us a full, just rabbit out of the hat talk through there on what could happen. And nothing of what you said is that crazy. I think all that's possible. I'll give you 2 more options, though. Galeno could find out, backdoor Cammy, hire Cooper and Tommy to run a company for him, and just literally cut her out of the entire equation in a shady backdoor deal.
Would Tommy work for him, though?
Well, if he's going to end up hiring him when he gets all Cammy stuff anyways, he's going to have to.
Yeah. My the little addition of Rebecca being pregnant there at the end, the reason I came up with that is because her actress is pregnant in real life, and they're apparently getting close to shooting season 3 right now. So
Yes.
they could use that. Just the fact that she actually is, sorry about that, but the fact that she actually is pregnant in real life, that she could, they could use it for the shooting of the show.
That
That's
makes sense.
that's fair. The other one is though, we could go full curveball. Galeno could just kill Cammy for Tommy to let Tommy get back into position there. It's a Taylor Sheridan show. Don't think it's that crazy to say that they could
Dude.
have her killed.
The thing that I hate about this decision is we're just coming off of last episode. She was crying on his shoulder, asking him to save the company, and then this is the only screen time we've gotten of her since that thing of her talking to Tommy like that. All of a sudden, she's firing him.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well,
There was no build to this. There was
Yeah.
nothing.
She's making very rash decisions anyways. We had a damn viewing party to watch them hauling the shit out there. Nobody does that. That's not a thing.
No.
Speaking of that viewing party, I would kill somebody for one of those alligator po' boys right now. Apparently, that thing was really good.
Dale said, "Fuck, it's good." Ain't it? Nate said, "Oh, that is good." It was like when Nate got serious with it, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there was still some small stuff like that in this episode that was hilarious, and there always is. I got to give them credit
Yeah.
for that.
They're really good at writing the small moments, but I feel like narratively they're losing me more and more every week.
I'll say that's fair, but I'll say there's still a really, really good chance it all gets brought back home and gets back to where we want it.
Yeah, there's a definite like 3 or 4 paths that you could take to save this entire thing, and I have faith that they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I just feel like the pacing has been off this season.
That's what I was gonna say. Is there like, do we think there's a world where all the shit that's been talked online about Landman, how bad it is, this season's so terrible, it's turned into so mainstream? Is there a chance where we get a episode 10 that just brings all this shit back together and it's just goes down as a great season? Even though you had to get through a couple episodes, but we had just such a banger of an episode 10. Is there a chance of that?
That's fair to me because I'll still tell you the first 3 episodes of this season were really, really good. Really good.
I will say, I feel like if we end up with this show not flaming out and we end up getting 5, 6, 7 seasons out of it, I can see this season being the one that people are like, yeah, you don't have to pay attention to this season as much. You know what I mean?
And again, that's fair, but I do think there's been some harsh overreactions on this season and like people giving up on it a little early, but teach their own. Back on this exact episode though, there's 2 more things that kind of I'm just like, why the fuck did we have to do this? The physical therapy scene with old girl and TL. Is it funny for 2 minutes? Was it cool to see the interaction with Dale the first time she comes over? Great, awesome. I don't need the awkward 10-minute conversations in the pool. I don't even know what they were going for with that conversation because when he made the comment 30 years ago, I'd be chasing you all around this pool, and she says, 30 years ago, you wouldn't have to. That's fair. 95% of women are, maybe 90, maybe I'm highballing it. Sam Elliott, 30 years ago. I'm talking about even Roadhouse Sam Elliott. I'm sorry, fellas, your old lady probably would have gave him a shot at it. It's fucking Sam Elliott. He does not look like that sitting on the pool edge anymore. And it seemed like their conversation started to lean like she was even flirting back a little.
I felt that way.
And I was just like, I don't want to watch this. He's 85. This feels rapey to me. Like I could do without that. Like it was awkward. And if you're into 25-year-olds getting with 85-year-olds, whatever, it's just not my cup of tea. And then the other thing with the whole TL situation, if he's not going to be a legitimate part of the show, let's just drop it, man. Like if we're not going to really have anything come from it and it's just going to be conversations that mean nothing towards the show, let's move along with it.
It just feels like this whole season has been, and like this again, I don't want to just do nothing but shit talk this season because there's been some parts that are good. But like it just feels like they're just throwing shit at the wall
To
and
see
see what sticks. And like it's all a bunch of random stuff. There's nothing that really portrays a end plot.
and
Like
the-
Pagan.
yeah, we had an even bigger scene in this episode. Like we're on episode 9 of the season, and we're going to throw in this whole they them situation in the dorm room for her to not even end up staying.
Yeah.
So like, why,
It
man?
was
Why
like
did,
it was like 10 minutes of dead air time in the middle of the penultimate episode of the season. Like, what are
yeah.
we doing?
And like I said, nothing's gonna go. So what? We got to meet a ferret and hear about her political views and her mental fucking craziness. Okay, cool. Could have went without it.
Yeah. Either you needed to go one of two ways with that. You either needed to explore the roommate situation between the two more, or you needed to not have it at all. We
Yeah.
didn't need to be in this weird gray area that was like what was the point?
I even thought I was like overjudging it for a second, or being a little harsh, because when Angela's leaving with Angela or whatever, and she says, "I would invite your friend, but no, there's going to be music." I was sitting there thinking, oh, maybe this girl like breaks free here. They end up making buddies. This becomes a big storyline next season. Nothing came from it. So why did we even bring it up?
It didn't make any sense. Like I thought that there was a shot she would have went with him or something.
The entire altercation was so that we got Angela's tornado scene with the
Shopping and coming back to get her baby.
Which was good. Like I get that, but like it was just too long and
It's
such
too
a
much.
short episode 9. There was no need for it. Like
Mhm.
Yeah, and again, I'm a drill on this. I'm not shit talking. Like I still thought it was a good episode.
yeah,
I'm not near as down on it as a lot of stuff I'm seeing,
Mhm.
but I definitely get what you're saying, because there was, if I'm being honest, there's 20 minutes of this episode I can go back and say probably didn't need it.
yeah.
Mhm. And I feel like this is a show that we don't, even this season, we haven't had necessarily 20-minute chunks where you'd be like, man, what are we doing? Like, I feel like this is the first episode I felt like for that substantial of an amount of the episode that I was like, guys, can we get to the something?
But like, has there been a stretch of multiple episodes since the first 3? There has not been a stretch of multiple episodes where you're like, I see where we're going. And maybe that's by design, but like,
And look, it in episode 10's a banger, or even if it just kind of gives you glimpses into what's coming and is on par with the original questions we had. Season 3 may come out, and the first 5 episodes may just be banger, banger, banger,
Mhm.
banger of just all kind of shit happening. Then we look back at this and go, now I get it. That's fair.
yeah. And to all the people out there that complain about the Ainsley and Angela's scenes, like if you go look at great TV shows, there's other parts than the main plot in every TV show. To me, every good TV show has got multiple scenes that all somehow work their way together or something like that. And so, like, I like the Angela and Ainsley scenes. I do like those, and that's not me just being some like pervy dude. Like, that's not the case. It just adds another aspect to the show. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
I'll give you a perfect example, Drew, of exactly what you're saying.
okay, go ahead.
Gemma Teller was not hot. Nobody was watching her for her looks, but she's
No.
one of the most badass female characters in a TV series of all time.
Yeah, and she provided that extra like angle in a show, and I don't mind those angles.
I don't either.
The problem is we're just getting nowhere with any of the angles. Nothing is making like, and I feel like again, I feel like I'm dogging the whole season, and I like the show. I'll watch episode 10. I'll watch the first episode of season 3. I'll watch all of season 3. I like Landman, but it's just man, this season's just been a letdown to me.
Yeah, I just want them to give us a little more. We still, and I owe Ariana an apology, because I thought she was going to be the bitch of the show. It turns out we are leaning more towards Cammy on that.
I was right.
Mhm.
So you were right on that. I will admit I feel completely wrong, because Cammy really has pissed me off.
And I did say weeks ago that it looked like we were setting Cammy up to be the bad guy, and I hate it because I like Demi more, but called that one too.
Speaking of that whole scene with Ariana and Cooper at the very end, boy, Cooper goes to town on old buddy. I can't say I blame him because I'm.
Oh shit! Now that was
thing.
something I needed to bring up. I forgot.
Mhm.
Yes, that is
Mhm.
the guy from a few episodes back that she
Yeah.
had the altercation, or whenever she got the bar job.
Yeah.
The guy that tried to hire her to come home with him.
Yes,
And all this comes after Cooper's, and like she tells Cooper earlier in the episode, she doesn't want him coming around the bar because of like the way things are and stuff like that.
Mhm.
and we did set a lot up with this because the way they played that through the surveillance footage is like this is going to be a big deal and something's going to come from this.
I feel like
Mhm.
the extra kick that Ariana gave might be a little bit of an issue in the eyes of the law, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
It's
camera's right after that, you know.
yeah, or if it's something like the camera doesn't get any of it except that.
Yeah.
Like the camera just comes on for Cooper on punch about 8 to the temple, and then her kicking him on the ground.
Yeah, another Cooper thing I wanted to bring up was when they were out on the oil field. He
Let's-
kind of big man Boss a little bit,
Yeah.
and I thought he was going to die. I thought Boss was going to kill him, but
But
then Boss kind of respected it and was like, "Okay."
in that kind of work, I do feel like that was very realistic because if he doesn't have that moment of stepping up for himself, that was going to be his last day making those decisions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Boss was going to be in charge. And also, even if he's wrong, he had to do it, or Boss is going to question everything he says and does.
I like.
Also,
Go ahead.
also Shannon brought up where is Cooper's company truck?
Yeah, we got to get him one.
Yeah, he can't drive around that old F-150 too long. He in that scene, I did like the scene from Cooper saying that Boss, like this is millions of dollars down the drain if this doesn't work out, and I don't think either one of our asses even begin to cover it.
Yes. Yeah. Boss was trying to tell him how serious it was, and he let him know it was even more serious than he realized that, hey, we're going to be all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he handled it the right way. He wasn't a dickhead, but he was stern and let him know that this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. No, one more thing about the Cammy fire and Tommy thing I forgot to say a while ago. If you were going to fire the man, could you not have just fired him in Texas and saved him a plane trip?
That's what I was gonna say, because now he's just weirdly got to hang out. I mean, fuck it. I guess he's gonna go get one of them alligator po' boys and just hang out for the rest of the day. I mean, I don't.
Yeah. I did freak out over the mint juleps. You know how I am about mint juleps. And as soon as I saw the first cup, I told her, I said, damn, those are mint juleps. And then it was. So I like that little touch. If you're not a big drinker, you probably don't give a shit. But I won't be pissed, or I wouldn't have been pissed in Tommy's situation if she would have just called me and gave
Right.
that spiel about, I don't know, he told her that feeling you're getting and what you're thinking, which we know is the gamble of it. That's not good
Mhm.
business when everything you're doing is giving you that feeling. That means you are
Mhm.
flirting with failing.
You're headed down a bad path. That's a
Yes.
feeling to enjoy.
And he
And I
let her know that. Like
Mhm.
that's all it was, man.
And I get why she fired him there in Louisiana. It's because she wanted him to see the oil rig going out to the Gulf and like the spectacle of the thing and all that. But like, he knows so much more than you, and you're still just not taking him at face value, and you're taking this other guy that you don't know anything about. You know that he's in with the cartel, and you just take him at face value, but you don't take the guy that was your husband's best friend at face value, who's your husband's dying wish was for Tommy to be the president of the company, and you're going against his dying wish by firing Tommy. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and the whole Galeno thing, she doesn't understand like Tommy does. He's gonna get his money either damn way. So
Yeah,
he
and
don't
he
care
put it
if he fails tomorrow.
and Galeno put it out to Tommy what the deal was, and I feel like he probably only told him that because he knew that Cammy was about to go down this path with Tommy.
Mhm. Yeah, so all in all, man, we're going to give it a good chance. Like, I'm not even close to giving up on the show. I don't mean to sound near as negative as I have. It just is what it is. I think they'll pick it up. There's way too much opportunity, just too much meat on the bone to let it dry up.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
personal thoughts on it. Again, I told y'all earlier, I'm gonna watch this show until they're done making it. However, I would say that the criticism of the season is fair.
Mhm.
It's not. It's one of those things. Like if you're a football player or any type of athlete back in the day, you've always heard the saying, "It's never as bad as people say, and it's never as good as people say." That's exactly what this is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a really good assessment.
Perk, you got anything on the season before we hit the wheel?
No, I just, you know, piggybacking off of you, there's been a lot of good things about this season, and like y'all said earlier, there's been a lot of like good like comedic writing in the middle of it. Like I had a couple of one-liners from this one um, when Tommy was talking to TL, and then TL goes, "There's very little Cheyenne could ask me to do that I wouldn't try."
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it
And
was
then
really good.
when Pagan tells Ainsley her name, Ainsley's like the godless religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one comedic part of that, whatever
Mhm.
that was.
Oh. All right. Well, Perk, can you throw the old wheel up for me there? I can't get to it on my
Yes,
screen
sir.
at the moment.
Oh my
Um,
God, it's wrong.
yeah, you'll have to do the thing. Oh, there's Perk. All right. So this is the wheel. We'll call it the wheel of opportunity. You have the opportunity to be the episode that we pick for the end of the week episode. You are in charge of this. So as always, make sure you comment and let us know what movie we need to do next. But this will be for this Friday's episode that'll come out then. Very excited. Get a lot of good names. We kind of have recycled the list here. It's some of the same movies, the ones we just have not landed on. We want to give everybody an opportunity, even the ones that picked it a couple weeks ago. Um, so yeah, just make sure you again comment what movie you want us to do next, and you will be on the list. And we will just hit this wheel every Monday episode. Let's see here. Any of them that y'all are necessarily looking for? I know we do this every week. We
There's some bangers on here. I mean, just some absolute bangers. So
I'm rooting for Tombstone until it happens.
a recent addition to the list. A big fan of A Knight's Tale, the movie.
that is a very good movie.
I would
I've
not
never seen that one.
Perk.
You
God,
ever seen that?
now.
Mm-mm.
Neil, you got anything to say before I hit the wheel?
Oh man, I'm ready. I
was,
think I'm watching it.
I hit it premature.
I was really looking for Neil's DJ spin that, but it is. What it is. But all right, here we go.
No, oh, I thought we were gonna get it.
Oh, I thought we were going to get Spaceballs. I was about to be so happy. Something about Mary.
All right, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know that I've ever seen this.
Here is the movie.
This is a Ben Stiller movie.
Stiller? Okay, I've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
I have definitely seen this. So
Oh, this has got to be good.
yeah, very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Oh, 1998.
It's,
You can still say shit in these movies. Yeah, I like it.
It's a little bit of a different one from what we've been doing here recently. So
It's a good time for it, I think.
Mhm.
I've been kind of down and out. This is a rom-com. Alabama football sucks. Alabama basketball sucks. So this is a good time to throw in a little rom-com late night and get a review.
Perk's gonna hate it
Mhm.
already. 2 hour and 10-minute movie.
Ooh, perfect.
It's fine. I feel like I've learned that I'm wrong about the way that I feel about movies.
I understand that.
I feel like that was a thing that I had, but I only have problems with movies that are that long that feel that long, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Little side note. There's a little bonus content for you guys. I know Perk has not watched yet, and I don't think Neil has either. I watched it today. The movie Primate that just recently came out. I would recommend it. It's not going to be a rating that I would just blow out of blow you out of this world. And we may do an episode of it one day, so I'll save some of my rating stuff for it. But I will tell you, it's a pretty good movie. Perk, you would probably like it. It's the horror thriller style movie. And
It's
Ben,
already on my list. I told you I'm watching it.
It's a
Ben,
monkey horror movie.
Oh yeah. So it's I'll give you the plot. We got a little extra time here today. Basically what it is this doctor. This is the Hawaii thing. It's a movie based in Hawaii. And this family, the mother of the family, before she passes away, she brings home a monkey from her work that like they were training to like work with people. And so this monkey becomes like their pet, and he's like really, really smart. Obviously, like talking sign language and everything, because the dad is actually he's mute and deaf, so he's a sign language guy. So they teach the monkey sign language. And fun fact, which I learned in the movie. Well, I don't want to say that too much. No, it doesn't really give away anything. Apparently, at the time, Hawaii there were 0 cases of rabies in Hawaii. Ben gets rabies, and it gets wild. So
I mean it's going to be different, but I want to watch it.
it's good. It's not going to crack my like top 10 movies or anything like that, but it's a good movie. It's good. It's worth a
Well,
watch.
heck, how often do you stumble upon a top 10 movie? Like it's not reasonable to
you're right.
expect that as something.
It wouldn't be in my top 25, but I mean, I might. It might would break the top 100 if I had to make a list for
If I
that.
had to give you a number.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a watch, though. I will say that.
It's
And
worth
one
a good.
that I don't know if it was on this list, but one that I did watch recently, since we're talking about movies that we watched recently. There's a movie called The Long Walk. It's a Stephen
Already
King
watched it.
adaptation. Love that movie. It is a great movie. Drew, if you've not watched it, you should watch it.
It's
Yeah.
called what?
Long Walk.
The Long Walk.
It's the movie me and Haley watched in theaters when we were out of the state. When I told you that one evening we had like 3 hours to kill.
Mm-hmm.
It's that movie, Drew, that I told you is pretty freaking wild.
Yeah, I have not watched this movie.
It is definitely a Stephen King movie.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
Easy to tell.
It is cutthroat.
It's wild. If you
Terrible
went
dad.
back,
Do
Stephen
what?
King's a guy that I could go back and just watch every movie that he's ever
I said it.
done based off something.
It's really not when you watch it. The cast doesn't matter.
Okay.
You will give 0 shit about their acting.
Okay.
Not that style of movie, buddy.
Yeah.
In Final Destination, when something went through their eye sockets, you didn't say, "Oh shit, I hope she acted well this movie."
Yep. Wait till you watch Ben get a hold of people's mouths.
Speaking of Final Destination, the most recent Final Destination is the best Final Destination movie of all time.
Have not watched it.
Kind of hard to beat.
It is it's so good. Great movie.
Well, we got all kind of shit to watch. We better get off here. We're gonna have a list so fucking long we can't get caught up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that'll be it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell grandma the pilot episode has released a new episode. And Betty, I guess we'll see you next time. Neil, what do you got for the people?
We'll see you.
The pilot episode. Here we